központjában található. Az 1881-ben még külvárosnak számító Erzsébet városban Stendhal Imre tervei alapján készültek el a ma is álló vörös téglás épületek. A képzés korábbi helyszínei közül a mai Józsefvárosban áll Stáció utcai épületről, illetve a múzeum körúton álló UNIVET házban maradtak fennképek. Állatorvos képzésünk 223 éves történelme során számos olyan szakember tanított egyetemünkön, akik az egész világon hírnevet szereztek a magyar állatorvosi oktatásnak és kutatásnak. Közülük mutatunk be röviden néhány kiemelkedő személyiséget. Tolnai Sándor volt intézményünk első tanára 1787-től. Tevékenysége során az orvos és sebészhallgatóknak elméleti állatjárványtan, az előképzettség nélküli gazdáknak, kovácsoknak és istállómestereknek pedig alapvető állatorvosi ismereteket voltatott. Számos könyvet írt, talán legjelentősebb a lovak megesméréséről és orvoslásáról szóló munkája. Zlamár Vilmos közel 40 éven át intézményünk vezetőjeként szinte valamennyi tárgyoktatásában részt vett. Könyvei tankönyvek, cikkei felvilágosító jellegű írások voltak. A keleti marhavész elleni küzdelem végig kísérte életét, 1838-tól, majd 1867-től országos főállatorvosként irányította a járvány elleni védekezést. Tormai Béla az állattenyésztés tantanára volt. Tanári és kutatói munkásságát a mezőgazdasági szakiskolák szervezési feladatai háttérbe szorították. Tanintézeti korszakunkban igazgatói funkciót töltött be, 1880-tól 1904-ig államtitkárként a mezőgazdasági szakoktatás idénynek intézője volt. Nádaskai Béla a leíró és tárgyalószal tanára volt, rövidebb hosszabb ideig a növénytant, a fizikát és a szülészetet is előadta. Rajongott a tanításért, brilliáns előadásait a maga készítette preparátumokkal színesítette. Tankönyveket és ismeretterjesztő műveket egyaránt alkotott. Írói tehetségét az általa alapított első magyar állatorvosi folyóiratban, a veterináriumban is megcsillantotta. Számos tárgyalója volt. Kezdetben a korbonctani, később a belgyógyászaton, majd a járványtani tanszékek vezette. Marek Józseffel együtt írt állatorvosi belgyógyászat című művét számos nyelvre lefordították. Működése alatt a Magyar Királyi Állatorvosi Tanintézetből akadémia, majd az akadémiából doktori cím adományozására is felhatalmazott egyetemi jellegű főiskola lett. Marek József nevét hallhatatlanná tette a később tiszteletére Marek betegségnek elnevezett tyúkbénulás leírása 1902-ben. Szabadalma a Tisztol nevű készítmény évtizedeken keresztül a májnéi tejből egyetlen hatásos gyógyszerének bizonyult világszerte. A Butira Ferenccel közösen írt állatorvosi belgyógyászat című könyve különös sikerre. Agészi Alagár bakteriológia tanára volt az állatorvosi főiskolának. Tanszéke, amely korábban állami bakteriológiai intézet minden működött, oltóanyagok ellenőrzésével és bizonyos vakcinák, szérumok, illetve diagnosztikumok előállításával foglalkozott. 1902-ben írt el és kivontett el a veszettségtől azt a vírusok által előidézett betegséget, amelyek később tiszteletére Augiaszi betegségnek neveztek el. Címerben áldoztan az anatómia és a fejlődés tanulmánya volt. Tudományos munkássága a funkcionális morfológia, az összehasonlító anatómia és a fejlődésben szinte minden területét érintette. Sok könyve és több száz dolgozata jelent meg. A választékosan beszélő, precíz, szigorú tanulat, hallgatói bálványként tiszteltő. Kodnán Sándor a parazitológia és az általános állatok előadója, az önálló parazitológiai tanszék első vezetője volt. A paraziták morfológiájával, biológiájával és az élősködők által okozott betegségek fejlődésével egyaránt foglalkozott. Többféle faj beírása is fűződik a növényhez. Parazitológia című könyve az első magyar nyelven megjelent parazitológia könyv volt. Manninger Rezső a járványtani tanszék vezetőjeként mikrobiológiát és járványtanulót terület. Kiterjedt tudományos munkásságát több mint 300 eredeti közleménye tanúsítja. Munkájában legendás memóriája, párjátékító nyelvőrzékét segítette. Mócsi Jánossal közösen írt állatorvosi belgővészet című könyve számos idegényelmesek. Megalapítója és első igazgatója volt az országos állategészségügyi intézetnek. Mócsi János tudományos munkásságának első felében főleg klinikai diagnosztikai kérdésekkel és az ektoparaziták ellenhatásos szerek kipróbálásával foglalkozott. Később figyelme a nagyüzemi állattartás állategészségügyi problémái felé fordult, személyében az állathigiénia első hazai művelőjét is tisztelte. A Manninger Rezsővel együtt írt állatorvosi belgővészet című könyvét számos idegényelmesek lefordították. Szentjányi Tamás a járványtanúval volt. Kutatómunkája kiterjedt az immunogenetika, a mikrobiológia, a fertőző betegségek elleni védekezés és a mentesítés területének fegyelme. Hallgatói a korszak legnagyobb előadójaként tisztelnek. Gyakorlati állatorvos képzésünk 21. századi történetének két fontos mérföldköve a szülői nagy állatklinika átadása 2001-ben és az Európai Unió igényeihez igazodó korszerű kisállatklinika létesítése 2006-ban a régi nagyállatkórház helyén. Az 1300 négyzetméter alapterületű klinikai tömbben kaptak helyet a szülészeti, sebészeti és belgyógyászati vizsgálók és ambulanskezelőegységek, a sebészeti műtők, az intenzív terápiás részleg, a hospitalizált betegek kórtermei és a kórházi kezelőegységek. Szintén az épületben találhatók a CT, a röntgen, valamint az endoszkópos, EKG és ultrahang laboratórium, melyek együttesen képezik a ma már elengedhetetlen műszeres diagnosztikai egységet. Az új kisállatklinika létrehozásával és a betegellátási gyakorlat bevezetésével jelentősen bővült a hallgatók gyakorlati képzése, a klinikai készség és jártasság növelése. Egyetemünk egyik legjelentősebb eseménye a diplomaosztó és doktorálható ünnepség. Napjainkban évente 50-60 a magyar nyelvű képzésben végzett hallgató veheti át állatorvos doktorok levelét, és 40-50 között van azoknak a hallgatóknak a száma, akik a több mint 2 évtizede megindult angol nyelvű képzésben fejezik be tanulmányokra. A végzős hallgatók nagyszámú hozzátartozója mellett a nézőtér elsősorban helyet foglaló emeritus professzorunk is vendégével elhozolni. Hagyományaink szerint a doktorálható ünnepségek évről évre visszatérő megindító eseménye, amikor az állatorvos tudományi kar vezetése arany, gyémánt, vas és rubin díszoklevelek átadásával köszönti a jubiláló kollégáinkat, akik 50, 60, 65 és 70 évvel ezelőtt szerezték meg állatorvosi diplomájukat. Az ünnepi tanácsülés megható pillanata, amikor a tanulmányaikat sikerrel befejező hallgatók nyilvánosan is hitelt tesznek, hogy egész életpályájukon a legjobb tudásuk szerint szakmai helytállást és felelősségérzetet tanúsítanak. Az állatorvosi eskü magyar, illetve angol nyelvű elmondását követően a legfiatalabb állatorvosok dékáni díszfogás kíséretében vehetik át kötelezőket. A Szent István Egyetem állatorvos tudományi karának vezetése tanárok és munkatársai elkötelezték magukat, hogy Budapest a múlthoz hasonlóan a jövőben is világszínvonalon teljesítse legfontosabb küldetését, a jól képzett állatorvos generáció termelését.
Állatorvostudományi Egyetem Európa egyik legszínvonalasabb képzését nyújtja a hallgatóinak.
Az Állatorvosi Egyetem a világon egyedülálló módon 3 nyelven, magyarul, németül és angolul oktat. A hagyományaikra rendkívül büszkék vagyunk, de büszkék vagyunk a jelenünkre és jövőnkre is. Aki ide jelentkezik, meggyőződésem, hogy a legszebb hivatást választja. A természet csodáit fogja kutatni, és az állatokat tudja gyógyítani.
I came to Budapest because I heard about this school from a student who came in my house with a vet, with a horse, and she told me about the experience in the city, and she was really happy about it. The first day we had 2 real horses in the class, so it was a bit shocking, but really enjoying.
A hallgatók az 5 és fél éves képzésből 3 és felett klinikai gyakorlatokkal töltenek. Nincs olyan tevékenység, amely ne az aktív részvételükkel történne.
Rengeteg gyakorlatra van lehetőség, az egyik legnagyobb gyakorlat a második utánban, amikor 3 hetes gyakorlaton akarunk részt venni a hallgatóknak. Negyedik után még van egy egész hónapos klinikai nyári gyakorlatunk.
A magyar klinikán azt lehet mondani, hogy olyan 5-600 dolog fordul meg egy évben, ami egy egyetemi akadémiai klinikán vonatkozásában egy rendkívül jó szám. Ugyanakkor a kisállatklinikán jóval nagyobb számokról tudok beszámolni. 30-32 ezer új bejelentkezés van a recepción.
Az egyetem életében nem csak az oktatásnak és a gyógyításnak, de a kutatásnak is fontos szerepe van.
Rengeteg olyan eredményünk van, kiváló eredményünk, amelyek az Országos Tudományos Diákköri Konferencián első helyezést értek el, sőt, kiemeltek lettek. Azok a témák, amelyeket legszívesebben vesz az egyetem és támogat, az a élelmiszerlánc biztonság területe, a haszonállatgyógyászat, járványtani, járványügyi területek, ezeket általánosan fontosnak tartjuk és támogatjuk is a hallgatókat.
A sok különféle nációnak hála az állatorvosi az egyik legszínesebb kampusz. Az így szerzett diplomának valódi értéke van.
First, I think it's scary a bit. I mean, for me it was because my English was not good, and you far from your country, from your family. But after a few weeks, you meet new people, and you started to be familiar with your classmates. And the school make a lot of events to bring everybody together, and you start to learn people, and it's really, really nice. And we will never forget that.
Én úgy gondolom, hogy ennek a képzésnek ez is egy nagyon nagy előnye, hogy nekem gyakorlatilag nem kell félnem attól, hogy lesz-e munkám, mert az innen kikerülő hallgatóknak a nagy része mindenképpen el tud helyezkedni, akár Magyarországon, akár külföldön.
Én személy szerint azért tettem állatorvos, hogy dolgokat fogunk gyógyítani. A sors persze más között oktatni, végezteni pedig anatómiát. Úgyhogy lovak gyógyítása helyett lovakat bonzok.
Állatorvostudományi Egyetem. Világszínvonalú képzés, biztos karrier, életre szóló élmények.
Tisztelt vendégeink! Kérem a frissen felvett hallgatóink és a nyitások kísérőit, hogy fáradjanak ki az tervnek a színűségükre. Tisztelt vendégeink!
Ladies and gentlemen, please go to your seats. I kindly ask you to stand up and greet the flag of our university. Dear guests, at the beginning of our ceremony, let's sing the Hungarian national anthem, and then let's listen to the anthem of the European Union. Dear guests, welcome to the ceremonial meeting of our university's Senate. In accordance with our traditions, each year at the beginning of September, we can greet our freshman students who have been able to meet the rather difficult entry requirements of our university. Please take your seats. This day is a great event for our new students and their families. And so it is for the University of Veterinary Medicine, as this is the occasion when the newly admitted students pledge their oath to the Senate. On behalf of all my colleagues at the University of Veterinary Medicine, let me greet with sincere appreciation our jubilarian colleagues who will receive iron, diamond, and golden honorary certificates today. It is a great pleasure and honor for me that I can greet our guests on this occasion, with special attention to our freshmen who will start their studies traditionally in German and English languages in addition to Hungarian. Let me greet our guests with distinguished respect, including Ms. Katalin Makrai, hostess of the flag of the University of Veterinary Medicine. He's also giving a bunch of flowers to his wife, who has helped his work over the past 40 years. Let me greet the guests of the board. Dr. László Palkovics, Professor, Minister for Innovation and Technology of Hungary. Robert Zsigó, State Secretary responsible for food chain control. And let me introduce the members of the board. Professor Dr. Péter Sótonyi, Rector of the University of Veterinary Medicine. Dr. Gergely Bohátka, Chancellor of the University of Veterinary Medicine. Dr. Tibor Barta, University Professor, Vice Rector for International Relations. Dr. László Ózsvári, Associate Professor, Vice Rector for Education. Dr. Péter Gáfi, University Professor, General Vice Rector of the University. Dr. Tibor Németh, Associate Professor, Vice Rector for Clinical Affairs. Dr. András Kosztolányi, Associate Professor, Director of the Biological Institution. And Sára Fehér, President of the Student Government. Let me greet the representatives of other higher education institutions, such as Professor Dr. Lajos Mocsai, University Professor, Rector of the University of Physical Education. Professor Dr. Lajos Helyes and Professor Dr. Tamás Tóth, Vice Rectors of Szent István University. Dr. Orsolya Fehér, a Senior Lecturer, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Food Science of Szent István University. It is an honor for me to welcome the foreign representatives from embassies, Ambassador of Ireland, His Excellence Mr. Patrick Thomas Kelly, and Attaché Dr. Marianna Jó from the Embassy of Ireland. Ivan Busic and Honorary Consul Dr. Attila Kósz from the Embassy of the Republic of Croatia. Brian Mooney, Educational Specialist, and Timothy O'Leary, Local Representatives from Ireland. Let me greet with distinguished respect Mr. Zoltán Bíró, Chairman, Dr. Gyula Budai, Ministerial Commissioner from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Dr. Márton Oravec, President of the National Food Chain Safety Authority, and Jakabné Dr. Krisztina Szalai, Head of Department representing the Ministry of Human Capacities of Hungary. I also greet with distinguished respect all the parents and relatives the former rector of the University of Veterinary Medicine, its retired leaders, its ordinary and honorary professors, and representatives of partner institutions. I also welcome all the professors and colleagues of the university and those from the Animal Healthcare Service and representatives of the National Food Chain Safety Authority. I kindly ask our rector, Dr. Péter Sótonyi, to deliver his ceremonial speech. Distinguished Madam Katalin, dear Minister and State Secretary, distinguished ceremonial board meeting, dear jubilarian colleagues, guests, my fellow professors, students just starting the academic year, parents, relatives, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you with great respect and love at one of Europe's oldest veterinary training institutions, at the 232nd academic year opening ceremony, which is the 30th year in the foreign language program. But above all, let me greet the youngest citizens of our university, the first-year students. In Hungary, our university has the highest number of foreign students. 2/3 of our students, 1,000 out of 1,500 students are from foreign countries. This means that we have a sparkling international environment, which is, according to our students' opinion, is the best atmosphere among all universities of Hungary. This year, 111 students will start their studies in the Hungarian veterinary study program. A record number of 185 students will start their studies in English and 120 in German. 28 students have been admitted to the biology BSc course and 18 will start the master's course in biology. You, dear first-year students, have chosen the most beautiful profession because you will get familiar with the wonders of nature and cure animals or work in the various scientific fields of biology. However, before speaking to the new students just starting their university years, let me address the jubilarians first. Dear jubilarian colleagues, on behalf of the professors, researchers, and students of the University of Veterinary Medicine, let me greet you with great respect and awe at this ceremonial occasion. Many of you were my professors and later my colleagues in the alma mater. And now you will receive your iron, diamond, and golden diplomas from the University of Veterinary Medicine as you graduated in 1954, 1958, and 1968, respectively. The past years have brought several changes, but for 232 years, the principles of our university have stayed the same. Still today, the purpose of our work is to train veterinarians who will cope in all areas of the veterinary profession, just like you. You have often fought demanding battles, survived the horrors of World War II, and the dictatorship that followed, including the forced restructuring of agriculture. Yet, you endured even amongst the most difficult situations. Your life and career should serve as an example to our young colleagues, because your sacrifice and your knowledge will spill over this way. This is how this day becomes a common celebration for the generations of the past and the future alike, and we do hope the youth will continue your mission. Dear jubilarians, in these solemn moments, we cannot forget about those colleagues who started their career together with you and may even ask for the issue of their jubilarian diplomas, but unfortunately can no longer be with us anymore. Let's remember them with sympathy and respect. Dear guests, roots play an important role in shaping the identity of veterinary communities. As a result of the tireless and enduring work of our veterinary predecessors, the veterinary profession has become an independent profession and life path, and can now take its well-deserved place among high-prestige professions. We moved to our present campus 140 years ago. We have survived 2 world wars, a freedom fight, and a political change. And we are now over historic storms and can say we have developed, got stronger, and have become larger. Our institution is one of the best in European veterinary training universities, and it is actually the only one in Hungary which gives this type of qualification. The professionals who graduate in this alma mater have always collaborated closely with each other and with the related institutions. Therefore, it would be important to continue and increase this efficient cooperation with the research institutions as well. We are making serious efforts to ensure that we belong to the world elite, and the network of researchers can strengthen our university in this work. To maintain the international standard of our education and research work, we have carried out large-scale investments from partly our own resources and partly from the support of the government and from the minister. And we do hope that our campus will go through even more spectacular improvements over the next years. The veterinary degree traditionally represents a very high standard. Our institution is among the most difficult universities. We are all proud of our training work, and we do not aim to issue elusive papers, diplomas, as for us, the main measure is value. To achieve success, you have always had to work very hard and to acquire knowledge, which is also an enjoyable work. We do insist on the traditionally strict teaching method because this theoretical education is recognized all over the world and is exemplary in veterinary training. At the same time, we want to develop a kind of emotional tie as well and to strengthen the natural thinking. Now, the focus is on farm animals, and this is the way we have started already. The reason is that the country requires a very good set of professionals who will focus on the healing of farm animals, since food safety is in the hands of veterinary professionals. It is up to us what food will get on your tables. One of the key elements of our educational strategy is to integrate knowledge about food safety into all of our subjects. To strengthen our practical training, we added the 11th practical semester, and we aim to add one more practical semester, the 12th semester, to our educational program. By increasing the number of practical lessons, we hope to get the European and the American accreditations as well. Dear first-year students, the first month of autumn is September, which has a different meaning for everyone. In the fall calendar, it is the month of Saint Michael. In agriculture, this is the time for harvest. For the fans of summer, it is a sign of passing, while those who were born in this month, this is a celebration for coming into this world. They include one of the most famous veterinary doctors, Ferenc Hutira, who led our university for 34 years, and he would celebrate his 158th birthday. Now, for us, the educators and students of the Veterinary University, September is the celebration of professional renewal. We come together and admit our first-year students who we hope will become active members of the veterinary society and will add to the reputation of our university all over the world. Hippocrates formulated these thoughts. Life is short, opportunity fleeting, experience treacherous, and judgment difficult. Dear students, life is short, yet you decided to dedicate your years to veterinary medicine. Opportunity fleeting, but you have grabbed this opportunity and applied for admission to our university. Experience treacherous. However, you will take many, many risks during your studies so as to be able to make the most appropriate decisions in the future. Judgment difficult because it involves responsibility, because lives will depend on your decisions, and because this diploma is not only an entry to a long series of new challenges. If there are so many hardships, risks, and responsibility, why is it worth entering the path of healing? We can ask. The answer is also given by Hippocrates, who says, life is short, but art is eternal. Yes, dear ladies and gentlemen, healing is art, and art is healing. These are closely related. The history of veterinary medicine also teaches us that human spirit has two different but yet closely related and inseparable manifestations, healing and art. But there are no similar or no identical works of art. Everything is different. Every symptom is different and unique, just like a wonderful painting or a poem. While science is exact and objective, real life always brings new and subjective situations. During your healing work, you will have to come up with new ideas and inspiration, just like in any other creative work processes. The fact that healing is art was already recognized in the ancient times. Vates et medici unus Apollo favet, which means the patron is the same for poets and doctors, and that is Apollo. He did not only threw fiery arrows causing health and illness, but he was also the patron of the goddess Muse. And this is where the word museum comes from, which serve the goals of science and art. Already in the 15th century, Leonardo da Vinci made drawings which proved that he had amazing anatomy knowledge. Nietzsche said that aesthetics is actually applied physiology, which means health is beauty and beauty is health in itself. Interestingly enough, our famous predecessors excelled also in other areas of art. For example, at the end of the 19th century, Lajos Tannhofer who wrote the first histology textbook, could make very beautiful wooden sections. And he also painted portraits about his fellow professors. Ferenc Hutira was also a passionate art fan. For example, Gyula Magyari Kósa collected different literature about veterinary medicine, And in his spare time, he could play the piano, performing the beautiful pieces of Mozart and Beethoven. Béla Nádaskai actually played the piano together with Ferenc Liszt and was a private singer of the opera house. Frigyes Cinkota, on the other hand, was an internationally recognized painter. So, today's world is about diversity, flexibility, and unfortunately, the lack of time. András Sütő wrote, "Time is the most expensive material of which our life is made." So what I ask of you is to manage your time as well as you can, and never forget those for whom it is worth living. And from time to time, stop for a moment. I call upon you to start a joint work of art, a creative process. Please focus on your professional preciseness and also enjoy the success of your work. Listen to music, read poems, and enjoy the diversity of creative art. On behalf of the University of Veterinary Medicine, I can promise you that we will make every effort to help you learn to be an independent human being, make good and appropriate decisions, and become well-deserved members of the profession and the community of veterinary medicine. And this way to ensure that veterinary medicine will not only become a profession, but a form of art. Dear foreign students, you have come from many different countries. Please seek friendships, get to know each other, and be open to each other's problems. Later on, you will experience the benefits of the diverse environment in which you are starting your university studies. I greet you with distinguished love, as you will take part in our foreign language study programs. You are starting to acquire the knowledge you need to practice your profession far from your families, in a foreign country, in a culture which is entirely different from yours. For this very reason, we highly respect you. I also encourage you to take all the opportunities offered by this metropolis called Budapest. Get acquainted with the beautiful places, traditions, and culture of our country, our dearly beloved Hungary, and keep them in your memories. When you return to your homes, act as Hungary's ambassadors. Dear young colleagues, we are delighted to give each of you a copy of the book called Veterinary Training in Hungary, which looks back on the past decades and acquaints you with the history of our alma mater, where we will continue the work of our predecessors. This book will give you an insight into the everyday life of our university. I wish that the knowledge you will acquire here will enable you to become well-prepared professionals, intellectuals who will act in an exemplary and responsible way, always keeping the present and the future of your nations in mind. God bless you all. In the spirit of the above thoughts, I hereby open the 232nd academic year. I announce that State Secretary Mr. László Palkovics would like to share his greeting thoughts with you. Distinguished Director, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for inviting me for this ceremony. Now I am here in a different capacity. I used to be the Minister for Education, and now I'm the Minister for Innovation and Technology in Hungary. This position is a big responsibility, because when he said he hopes that the government will continue to support the veterinary training institution, he looked at me, and I do feel my responsibility in this project. The fact that the university has actually gone through a huge improvements and developments is proven as it has received the European accreditation already a couple of times, and we do hope that we will receive it as well as the American accreditation in the near future. The rector mentioned the responsibility of the government for this university, and I do confirm that the government has assumed this responsibility and intends to continue to support this 232-year-old institution. Another sign of this commitment is that the government supported the university's efforts in becoming an independent institution. You know, it used to operate as a faculty of Szent István University for many years, and now again it is an independent veterinary training institution. At the ministry, all we can do is provide the necessary resources. And just like some other universities, we keep the University of Veterinary Medicine in our focus. We also support the cooperation, the close collaboration of universities, that the study programs of which are closely related to one another. And as the rector said, and I agree with this, the veterinary training is an important institution, because this is one of the most beautiful professions and most important professions in today's world. We do feel responsibility for making sure that all the resources are provided to maintain the standard and even improve the standard of this very important work. Dear first-year students, let me give you some hints for the next years of your life. Now you have entered the gate of adulthood, and you will have different responsibilities. You will spend the next 6 years with studying hard, and you should be proud to have become part of this community. But this is not only the students who I would like to greet, but also all the professors and all the representatives of other institutions who are here to work together and support your studies. I wish you successful university years. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear jubilarian colleagues, it is an affecting event of the academic year opening ceremony that on behalf of all of us, I can greet the jubilarian veterinarians, thus expressing the recognition and respect of the younger colleagues towards the work and achievements of the older generation of veterinary doctors. We highly admire those who obtained their veterinary degrees 50, 60, and 65 years ago. And now I ask my dear colleagues to receive their jubilarian diplomas and accept congratulations from the State Secretary and Director.
Vasdiploma kitüntetésben részesül.
Iron diplomas are conferred to Dr. László Arner, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Hajdúnánes. Dr. Anna Bárdos, Senior Lecturer from Budapest. Dr. Gustav Halmos, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. Zoltán Kis, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. Ferenc Komondi, Chief Veterinarian from Zalaegerszeg. Dr. János Kovács, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. Ferenc Kutas, Professor from Budapest. Dr. Károly Mágl, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. István Márkus, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Debrecen. Dr. Györgyi Nagy, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. István Perényi, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Székesfehérvár. Dr. László Prokop, Chief Veterinary Doctor from the town of Szentendre. Dr. Zsuzsanna Schubert, Chief Veterinarian from Székesfehérvár. Unfortunately, due to her state of health, she can't be present at today's ceremony, so her diploma is taken over by Dr. László Hollós. Dr. Tibor Süveges, Associate Professor from Budapest. Dr. László Domonkos, Dr. Tibor Mánya, Dr. Imre Poszmik, and Dr. Imre Tóth, Chief Veterinary Doctors, cannot be here, unfortunately. Diamond diplomas are conferred to Dr. Gábor Czajner, Chief Veterinarian from the town of Eger. Dr. Sándor Égető, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Hódmezővásárhely. Dr. István Gulyás, Director from Tarnaméra. Dr. Ferenc Havas, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Kapuvár. Dr. László Hollós, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Székesfehérvár. Dr. István Horváth, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. Ferenc Keszthelyi, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Opts. Dr. Sándor Kovács, Chairman from Budapest. Dr. András Lukács, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Nagyoroszi. Dr. János Magyar, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Nyíregyháza. Dr. Dezső Mohari, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Szeged. Dr. Tibor Muzslai, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Tata. Dr. István Nagy, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Dömsöd. Dr. József Nagy, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Jász-Dózsa, whose diploma is taken over by his son. Dr. Mihály Paulik, Chief Veterinarian from the city of Pécs. Dr. Pál Rappai, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Szexárd. Dr. János Simon, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. Ferenc Söveggyártó, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Vasvár. Dr. Pál Szécsi, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Törökszent Miklós. Dr. István Varga, Professor from Budapest. Dr. Ferenc Vetési, Professor from Budapest. And Dr. Attila Wagner, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Diamond diplomas are awarded to the following doctors who could not be present here: Dr. Jenő Balogh, Dr. Sándor Gabnai, Dr. János Gyebrowski, Dr. Sándor Horváth, Dr. István Katona, Dr. György Lehocki, Dr. Jakab Manc, Dr. János Szalai. Unfortunately, they cannot attend today's ceremony. Golden diplomas are conferred to Dr. László Békési, professor from Budapest. Dr. István Ferenc Boros, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Kunsziget. Dr. László Csé Varga, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Hajdúböszörmény. Dr. Sándor Dömötör, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Zirc. Dr. Miklós Dunai, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Jászberény. Dr. Géza Falvi, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. Zoltán Farkas, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Gyoma Enrőd. Dr. Miklós Gergelyfi, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Debrecen. Dr. Zoltán Imre Gönci, Chief Veterinarian from Budapest. Dr. Béla Horváth, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Velence. Associate Professor Dr. Miklós Hönig from Budapest. Dr. Marietta Imrédi, Chief Veterinarian from Szabadbattyán. Dr. László Jakab, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Sződliget. Dr. István Kicsi, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Törökszent Miklós. Dr. Klára Kis, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Lenti. Dr. Tibor Kopál, Director from Budaörs. Dr. Ágnes Kostyák, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. László István Krajcsovics, President from Budapest, from Szeged, sorry. Dr. Ferenc Kulin, Chief Veterinary Doctor from the town of Ibrány. Dr. László Lakos, President from Kőröstetétlen. Dr. György Lombai, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Budapest. Dr. József Major, President from Algyő. Dr. Attila Makai, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Székkutas. Dr. Gábor Makkos, Chief Veterinarian from Kecskemét.
Dr. Mátrai József főállomás.
Dr. József Mátrai, Chief Veterinarian from Kagymár. Dr. Rezső Molnár, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Szombathely. Dr. Miklós Morva, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Csörötnek. Dr. Tamás Tibor Nagy, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Veszprém. Dr. Péter Pápai, Chief Veterinarian from Tordas. Dr. Tünde Péterhegyi, Chief Veterinarian from Budapest. Dr. Erzsébet Sági, Chief Veterinarian from Orci. Dr. Lajos Somogyi, Chief Veterinarian from Szabadbattyán. Dr. Tibor Sós, Director from Budapest. Dr. Éva Kulcsár, Chief Veterinarian, Budapest. Dr. László Sugár, Professor from Orci. Dr. Attila Szabó, Chief Veterinarian from Lenti. Dr. Erika Szarvashegyi, Chief Veterinarian from Győr. Dr. Kálmán Csaba Székely, Chief Veterinarian from Pécel. Dr. László Szurovec, Chief Veterinarian from Gyula. Dr. Enikő Temesvári, Chief Veterinarian from Budapest. Dr. Zoltán Tóth, Chief Veterinarian from Lengyeltóti. Dr. Árpád Vágó, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Nyírbátor. Dr. János Varga, Chief Veterinary Doctor from the town of Kisvárda. Dr. Gábor Vörös, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Gödöllő. Dr. László Vilde, Chief Veterinary Doctor from Veszprém. Golden diplomas are conferred to, but could not be taken over by Dr. Jászberényi Ernő from Kaposvár, Dr. Tamás Landi from Veszprém, Dr. György Marcell from Baja, Dr. László Peti from Zalaegerszeg, Dr. László Szatmári from Szentkirály-Szabadja, and Dr. Károly Vejter from Dunaújváros. They are all chief veterinarians. Due to the 1956 revolution, Dr. Andor Sebestyén did not have a chance to receive his degree from our university. He was compelled to finish his studies abroad. Today, we are conferring an iron diploma to him, with which we would like to express our respect for his loyalty to our alma mater and for his patriotism. I kindly ask Dr. Andor Sebestyén to receive his diploma from the rector. I announce that Professor Dr. István Varga, Diamond Diploma holder, would like to speak on behalf of the jubilarian colleagues. Dear Minister, dear State Secretary, dear Rector, Senate, dear Board, dear jubilarian colleagues, dear first-year students just starting their studies, dear guests. Since the ceremony is broadcast online in English and German languages as well, to make interpreting easier and my speech more time efficient, I wrote down some thoughts which I will read now. For some reason, I have the honor to express our thanks on behalf of the 100 jubilarian colleagues who will receive their iron, diamond, or golden diplomas at today's academic year opening ceremony. And to thank Rector Péter Sótonyi and the Senate of our university for the ceremonial conferral of jubilating diplomas, as well as to the head of the educational department, Horváth Tímea Csapó, and her colleagues for the careful preparatory work. Especially for guests who are not veterinarians and for the information of first-year students, let me quote two sentences from the book of Professor Sándor Kottlein entitled The History of Hungarian Veterinary Training between 1787 and 1937, which was published in 1941. The institution has the right to issue so-called jubilarian diplomas to individuals who deserve it after 50 years of veterinary practice. And then, the first jubilarian diploma was conferred to veterinary doctor József Hering from Eger in 1865. Until World War II, the last source in which we can read about the recognition of veterinarians is the yearbook of 1942-43 of József Nádor University of Technology and Economics. Then, after a 15-year gap between 1900 and 1907, golden diplomas were issued by the institution, which operated under the name the College of Veterinary Medicine, over 10 years. And there were 10 colleagues who were awarded this diploma, including Professor János Köves, who acquired his degree in 1902, and who founded Philaxia vaccine producing company. Then, from 1961, in addition to the golden diploma, other jubilarian certificates were introduced to honor higher ages. So, for example, in 1961, Professor Ágoston Zimmermann received an iron diploma, and in 1962 and 63, one of the 3 granite diploma awardees was János Köves. On another note, in the same year, golden diplomas were conferred to 15 veterinarians, including Professor Sándor Kottlein and Rezső Manninger. Ladies and gentlemen, In this solemn hour, let's also remember with deep respect those few professors who can no longer be with us here. One of them is Professor Emeritus and Ruby Diploma holder Imre or Gyula Lami, who taught students in all 3 jubilating years. We are very happy to receive these honorary diplomas. We do not only understand, but also feel the truth of Dante Alighieri's often cited statement, nessun maggior dolore che ricordarsi del tempo felice nella miseria. That is, the greatest pain is to recall the good old days that have gone by. And now, I would like to ask my jubilarian fellows to stand up, provided that it's not too painful for them, and remember our professors, colleagues, fellow students, and our close relatives who have already passed away. Please stand up for a minute. Thank you very much. Director, on behalf of my jubilarian colleagues, I wish that the large-scale development work that can start on our campus as soon as possible in the expected quality and within the agreed time, without hindering this high-standard educational and research work. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And now let's listen to Syrinx Veterinary Chamber Choir singing Lajos Bárdossy's Songs from the Tisza region. The conductor is Attila Tapodi.
Szabadján mondul a fa virág, csónakázunk, összebújjunk szorosan, hogy meg ne fázzunk. Ring a csónak a lombom, ne félj benne, jó vigyázom az evezőre. Dobogását hallod-e a szívemnek, leteszem az ötös hegy, de megölellek. Dobogását hallod-e a szívemnek, leteszem az ötös hegy, és megölellek. Sejt, hogy megölellek.
Dear guests, dear parents, dear freshman students. Now it is time for the first-year students to swear their ceremonial oath. I kindly ask the first-year students of the Hungarian language course to swear their oath. The words of the oath will be read out by Attila Jurt. I'd like to ask our guests to listen to the Hungarian, English and German language oaths standing up.
Kérem hallgatótársaimat, hogy jobb kezüket szívükre téve, bal kezüket esküvőre emelve, az eskütétel én szava után mindenki a saját nevét szíveskedjen mondani. Köszönöm szépen. Én, Jurt Attila, az Állatorvostudományi Egyetem zászlajára esküszöm, hogy Magyarország alkotmányos jogszabályait betartom. Népemhez és hazámhoz hű leszek, és annak megvédésére mindenkor készen állok. Az Állatorvostudományi Egyetem szabályait megtartom, oktatóim iránt tisztelettel viseltetem. Ígérem, hogy egyetemi hallgatóhoz méltó magatartást tanúsítok. Minden erőmmel arra törekszem, hogy tanulmányaimat a tőlem tehető legjobb eredménnyel végezzem. A haladó tudomány és technika eredményeit elsajátítsam. Tudásomat hazám szolgálatába állítsam. Isten engem úgy segéljen.
I kindly ask the first-year students of the German language course to swear their oath. The oath will be read out by Simon Habenstreit.
Ich bitte die deutschen Studenten nun, Paragraph für Paragraph mir nachzusprechen. Ich, Simon Hebenstreit, gelobe, der Flagge der Veterinärmedizinischen Universität während meines Studiums in Budapest Ungarns Verfassung und Gesetze einzuhalten. Ich werde die Regeln der Veterinärmedizinischen Universität befolgen, meine Lehrer respektieren, mich meinen Studenten würdig verhalten und meinen Kommilitonen unterstützen. Ich bemühe mich, im Studium mein Bestes zu geben, um mich auf das Berufsleben gewissenhaft vorzubereiten. Ich werde der Veterinärmedizinischen Gemeinschaft dienen. Danke.
I kindly ask the first-year students of the English language course to swear their oath. The words of the oath will be read by Emma Pettersson-Elin.
Hi, I'm an English second year, and I'm going to do the English oath for the freshers this year. I, Emma Pettersson, promise under oath to the flag of the University of Veterinary Medicine that during my studies in Hungary, I will respect the law of the country. I shall keep the regulations of the University of Veterinary Medicine in Budapest. I promise solemnly that I will respect the professors and teachers of the university and that my conduct will becoming a veterinary professional. I also pledge to assist my fellow students. I will pursue my studies with a full sense of responsibility and prepare myself to the best of my ability for all my duties and obligations in my profession, so as to be able to serve the veterinary community with my knowledge.
Now let me ask the appointed representatives of the Hungarian, German and English students to proceed to and shake hands with the rector, who will symbolically accept you as a veterinary student on behalf of all newly admitted freshman students. I kindly ask State Secretary Robert Gigo to deliver. Please sit down. And now I ask State Secretary Robert Gigo to deliver his ceremonial speech. Dear Minister, dear Rector, dear Board, dear new students, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you with great respect at today's ceremonial event, the academic year opening ceremony of the University of Veterinary Medicine here in Budapest. I am really proud to be here in this community, in a community the members of which all have very serious responsibilities and the highest possible qualifications, dedicating their lives to the healing of animals. And now let me first and foremost greet the first-year students. So, dear guests, let's now declare that the first-year students of the veterinary training university, the veterinary training program, will have to face very challenging experiences because this is one of the most responsible professions. They have to learn all over their lives because this profession is renewing and is developing every day. the role of veterinarians and the veterinary profession has changed somewhat over the years. It has been in the focus even more than ever, because they do not only have to deal with the healing of animals, but also they have to pay attention to the relationship between humans and animals, and to the safety of food. That's why we established a separate department for the food chain safety at the university, which is supported by the Food Chain Safety Authority of Hungary. The main goal of this department is to ensure food chain safety and to teach and share all information about the role of veterinarians in this food supply chain. The globalization processes and their impact on the environment. Now, there are more and more new diseases which are thought to be exotic diseases, also in Europe, from the plague of African pigs and all other diseases which have been unknown so far in Europe but are spreading, unfortunately. So you freshman students have to be prepared to all these challenges and to concentrate on the future. And of course, we also congratulate you on the achievements you have already acquired so far. And we do hope you will continue to have successes and receive internationally recognized diplomas. Yes. We have already achieved a lot of successes in the veterinary profession. For example, in eliminating the bird flu epidemic in Hungary and in Europe. Hungarian veterinarians have taken a great part in this very responsible work. Preventive healing should also be in the focus in the future. And there are several professional challenges which have a macroeconomical effect, involving the healing of farm animals and also scientific research. In addition to animals, we need professionals, veterinarian professionals, who can also handle human beings, not only animals. The globalizing trade and the climate changes, the natural resources which we are running out of, all pose great challenges to the future veterinary doctors. So I would like to wish you a lot of strength and endurance and a lot of success for this hard work, and I wish you all the best. Dear guests, now let's listen to Imre Vadkerti's song. We need another word. This is the translation of the title of the song.
Az úton majd néha a tiéd, s ha elmész, visszavár. Nézz rám, és láss, csillagokra nézz, nézz rám, hova tűnt a régi szenvedés, hol a fád az égében, ott megint a fény. Tudod jól, hogy hova mész, de végül az a tér. Szállj, szállj, solyom szárnyán, három hegyen túl. Szállj, szállj, ott várok rád, ahol véget ér a szó. Úgy kell, hogy te is értsd, ne éltél hiába, az a hely, ahol élsz, világnak világa, az égig élő várat, ha nem dől újra árad. Úgy ég, hogy te legyél, világnak világa. Szállj, szállj, solyom szárnyán, három hegyen túl. Szállj, szállj, ott várok rád, ahol véget ér a szó. Nézz rám, s te higgyél, nézz rám, sosem félj, ha nincs hely, ahol én indulj hazafelé.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to confer the doctoral certificates, which will entitle the candidates to become doctors of veterinary medicine and to use the titles Doctor and PhD. I kindly ask István Fodor to pre-read the oath. I ask you all to stand up. I ask my fellow graduates to put your right hand on your heart and raise your left hand during the oath. After the word I, please state your own names. I, István Fodor, hereby promise under oath that my conduct will meet the standards of doctors of the University of Veterinary Medicine. I will do my best to promote and enhance the reputation of the university. I will strive to serve scientific progress the universal human culture, and the preservation of national values while strictly observing scientific ethics. Thank you. Please sit down. I kindly ask the doctoral candidates to proceed to the rector of the university after they hear their names. Péter Fehérvári. Dr. Barbara Fleiss. Dr. István Fodor. Hajnalka Harami pap. Gergely Péter Jócság. Dr. Alexandra Juhász. István Mészáros. Edina Nemesházi.
Olasz Ferenc.
Ferenc olasz. Bence Somoskői. Dr. Réka Kata Szabó. Sándor Szekeres. Dr. Otília Menyhárt. Dear guests, Dr. Victoria Szűcs has met the requirements of the university's habilitation procedure in the academic discipline of veterinary sciences. She is entitled to use the habilitation title. Please proceed to the rector to receive your habilitation certificate. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, in recognition of their outstanding educational and research activity, Our university confers the honorary university professor title to Dr. Gyula Kassa and Dr. Ákos Pákozdi. I kindly ask Vice Rector Dr. László Ózsvári to read the laudation of Gyula Kassa. Just a moment, I'm just receiving a bunch of flowers. So now, as an economic engineer with legal specialization, Gyula Kassa is mainly engaged in the legal, economic and social aspects of the food chain. He received his PhD degree in this area in 2010. He joined the educational work of the University of Veterinary Medicine in 2007 as a lecturer, and then he became involved in joint research projects and issued several publications. He also teaches at the Faculty of Food Science of Szent István University. He is the author of more than 150 international and national scientific articles and has assisted the preparation of some 100 theses and dissertations and more than 30 scientific student projects. He was also the topic leader for 6 PhD students. His professional career is also remarkable. He worked as a head of department at the Ministry of Rural Development between 2008 and 2011, and between 2012 and 2013, he took part in the elaboration of the Food Chain Safety Strategy as a ministerial commissioner. Since 2015, he's been working on the implementation of this strategy as the Vice Director of the National Food Chain Safety Authority. At our university, he has been in charge of the coordination of the implementation of EU projects concerning safe food. In recognition of this educational, research and professional activity, Gyula Kassa is conferred the honorary university professor title today. I kindly ask Vice Rector Dr. Tibor Német to read the laudation of Dr. Ákos Pákozdi. Ákos Pákozdi received his veterinary degree in 2000 at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Budapest. First, he worked as a trainee at the Department of Surgery and Ophthalmology for half a year, and then he started working at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna with a scholarship. In 2007, he started his specialization in neurology at the University of Bern, and in 2009, he became a neurology specialist recognized by the European Neurology Special College. In 2013, he successfully defended his PhD thesis in the topic of the idiopathic epilepsy of dogs. He habilitated at the University of Vienna in 2015. His main area of research is the neurological diseases of pets, especially the diagnosis and treatment of epilepsy in dogs and cats. He's been the author of more than 45 scientific publications, as well as the chapters of several English and German books. He's a regular lecturer at international scientific conferences and is a member of the European Veterinary Neurologist College. He's been teaching at the Veterinary University of Vienna for more than 10 years and also holds graduate and postgraduate lectures at our university on a regular basis. He's a proofreader for several internationally recognized veterinary journals. In recognition of his high-level graduate and postgraduate educational work, both in Hungary and abroad, and his international scientific research work, the University of Veterinary Medicine hereby confers him the honorary university professor title. The Senate has decided to award the honorary associate professor title to Dr. Gábor Gönci, president of the Hungarian Veterinary Chamber, to recognize his outstanding educational activity. I kindly ask Vice Rector Dr. Péter Gálfi to read the laudation of Dr. Gábor Gönci. Gábor Gönci completed the University of Veterinary Medicine in 1981 and started working in the Pharmacological Research Institute in 1988. Then he founded a private practice, which he is still managing today. In 1988, he also got a diploma in veterinary administration. He was a veterinary expert for Generali Providentia Insurance Company between 1991 and 2006. It was in this capacity that he established the professional liability insurance of veterinarians and took part in the evaluation of claims. From 2006, he continued this expert activity relating to veterinary professional liability insurance through his own company. Since 1988, he's been working as a veterinary doctor, and he received his accredited management and epidemiology specialist degree. He's been a member of the Hungarian Veterinary Chamber ever since it was set up, being its president since 2008. As a lecturer, he also joined the educational work of the Hungarian Veterinary Training University, and later he also started giving lectures on the topic of veterinary administration and forensic veterinary medicine. In recognition of his educational work, the University of Veterinary Medicine confers the honorary associate professor title to Dr. Gábor Gönci. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, I have pleasure in announcing that at today's ceremony we will confer the horse training title of the University of Veterinary Medicine, this year to Director Andor Dalos, holder of the Certificate of Merit for Hungarian Horses title and the Horse Breeder of the Year title. I kindly ask Mr. Andor Dalos to take over his certificate from the rector. To acknowledge his work for the benefit of veterinary sciences, the Senate is conferring the Pro Arte Veterinaria Medal to Dr. Attila Zoltán Nagy. I kindly ask Dr. Attila Zoltán Nagy to take over his medal from the rector. This year, the Senate is conferring the honorary veterinarian title to Professor Dr. László Villányi to recognize his dedicated work for veterinary training. I kindly ask Dr. László Villányi to take over his certificate from the rector. Now we are awarding prizes donated by the various foundations established at the University of Veterinary Medicine as a sign of our acknowledgement and encouragement of scientific research work, which is inevitable for the development of veterinary science. Based on their academic achievements in the academic year 2017-2018, the Dr. Hajdú Gusztáv Foundation has decided to award prizes to Luca Bencsik, second-year student, Dóra Varga, third-year student, Anna Mária Kis, fourth-year student, Barbara Kerekes, fifth-year student, and Mária Szalai, sixth-year students. I ask the awardees to take their certificates from the rector. I am pleased to announce that this year the Good Student, Good Athlete Prize is conferred to third-year student Dóra Anett Schwarz for her excellent academic and sports achievements. I warmly greet Dr. Melinda Magdus, Scientific Communications Manager, who will confer the Royal Canin Scholarship to students who are committed to the protection of animals, the scientifically based healthy feeding of dogs and cats, and the improvement of their well-being. In 2018, the scholarship is awarded to Orsolya Juhász, who unfortunately cannot attend this ceremony because of her studies abroad, and Teréz Kovács. I ask Teréz Kovács to take over her certificate. I have pleasure in announcing that this year the Minister of National Resources awarded a presidential scholarship to 6 of our students for their outstanding academic achievements and excellent community work. I kindly ask the awardees to take over their certificates from the Minister László Palkovics. Barbara Kerekes, Patrik Tráj, Zsófia Pozsár, Ádám Kerek, Dóra Anett Schwarz, and Andrea Kásler. Now, please listen to the closing thoughts of Director Péter Sótonyi. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, on behalf of the university and myself, let me congratulate all the awardees on their achievements and wish them further success in their work. And to the first-year students just starting their university studies, let me wish very pleasant university years and a happy student life, rich in lovely experiences and memories, which will allow them to make their dreams come true, and which they will always be delighted to remember. Enjoy the years spent between these historical walls and find joy and happiness in this fantastic profession. I hope that in many years you will receive your jubilarian diplomas from this same University of Veterinary Medicine. And dear jubilarian colleagues, at the end of our ceremony, let me congratulate again on your jubilarian diplomas and thank you for expressing your respect for the alma mater with your presence. Let me wish you many more long years spent in peace and good health in your families. And let me take this opportunity to wish all my colleagues and the workers of the university successful and happy work and strength in the coming academic year. Let us all enjoy this creative work, this work of art. And finally, let's sing the national proclamation together.
Hiba csúszott a gépedbe. Hallgatói centrumba gyertek. Majd gyertek oda. Gyertek oda a hallgatói centrumba majd.
Kedves vendégeink!
Dear guests, this is the end of our ceremony. Thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.
Ott nem volt nekem, hogy be kéne mondanom. Nem.